Welcome to the Wonder Lab. Tonight, we embark on a journey unlike any other journey, not across continents or oceans, but across the vast uncharted reaches of space and time. From the smallest particles that dance in the quantum fields to the enormous galaxies that spin silently in the dark, the universe stretches beyond comprehension, both beautiful and bewildering. For centuries, humanity believed the cosmos revolved around us. The stars, the sun, the wandering planets, they all seemed to circle our world like dutiful attendants. Geocentrism offered comfort, a sense of cosmic order with humanity at its heart. But science, relentless and patient, has slowly tugged at the curtain of that illusion. From Copernicus, daring to place the sun at the center, to Galileo peering through his telescope and discovering moons orbiting Jupiter, to Kepler and Newton mapping the intricate machinery of the heavens, we began to see a universe far larger, far stranger than our ancestors imagined. And with that revelation came the humbling truth of the Copernican principle. We are not central. We are not special. Not the center of our solar system, nor our galaxy, nor even the observable universe. Yet, in that seeming insignificance lies a profound liberation. Because the laws of physics, the patterns of stars, the very particles of matter, they are the same everywhere. The universe may not be made for us, but it is a universe we can understand. And through understanding, we glimpse something extraordinary. Though we are small, our curiosity allows us to reach into the farthest corners of existence, to map the cosmos, to measure its faint echoes, to imagine what lies beyond. Tonight, we will travel from Earth to the edge of what we can see and beyond. We will confront questions that dwarf our daily concerns, yet illuminate the beauty of our fleeting lives. Where do we fit in this vast expanse? How vast is it, really? And perhaps most importantly, what does it mean to simply observe, to simply wonder, to simply be here, amidst all of it? As we begin, let us step back from the familiarity of Earth, our cities, our forests, our oceans, and take the first tentative step into the void. Above us, the night sky stretches, seemingly infinite, a velvet canvas spangled with distant fires. Each star we see is a sun, far away, many brighter than our own, and many older. Some have burned for billions of years, others are young, newly ignited. Their light only now arriving at our eyes after traversing unimaginable distances. Our planet, small and fragile, floats quietly in a solar system that itself is but one of hundreds of billions in the Milky Way galaxy. The Milky Way spins in a cosmic dance alongside its galactic neighbors, bound by gravity, yet drifting in a vast sea of darkness. And that darkness is not empty, it is filled with mysteries, dark matter, dark energy, forces and phenomena we are only beginning to understand. We often imagine the universe as a vast machine, ordered, predictable, perhaps even gentle in its rhythms, and yet, the cosmos is also violent, chaotic, indifferent. Stars explode in supernova, scattering elements across light. Black holes lurk, invisible and hungry, warping space and time around them. Entire galaxies collide, a slow-motion ballet of unimaginable scale. And through it all, we exist, tiny, fleeting, but curious, daring to ask questions that echo across the void. When humanity first looked up, we sought patterns. Constellations were drawn, myths were spun, calendars were built. The sky was a map, a guide for survival, a canvas for imagination. Early civilizations, from the Babylonians to the Maya, from the Greeks to the Egyptians, measured time and space through the movements of celestial bodies. They charted the heavens, tracing paths of the sun, moon, and wandering planets, not knowing the universe was far vaster than their minds could grasp. And then, slowly, through centuries of observation, discovery, and sometimes stubborn questioning, our perspective began to shift. Copernicus placed the sun at the center of our solar system. Galileo observed moons orbiting Jupiter. Newton described the invisible forces that hold it all together. Each revelation humbled us, yet expanded our vision. No longer were we at the center, but the universe became more wondrous for it. Now, in the modern era, we can peer back over 13 billion years, Looking at the faint afterglow of the Big Bang, telescopes reveal galaxies forming in the earliest epochs, their light stretched and shifted by the expansion of space. We can measure the cosmic microwave background, the whisper of creation itself, and simulate entire universes in our computers, modeling the growth of stars, the clustering of galaxies, and the evolution of cosmic structures. And yet, for all our knowledge, the universe remains vast beyond imagining. Its scale defies comprehension. Distances are measured not in miles or kilometers, but in light years. A distance light travels in a single year, about 6 trillion miles. And even with this measure, it is nearly impossible to grasp what it means. A single galaxy can be hundreds of thousands of light years across. Superclusters span hundreds of millions. The space between them, though seemingly empty, contains invisible matter, ghostly filaments of gas and energy, holding the cosmic web together. We are small, yes, but our curiosity is immense, and it is this curiosity that defines us, that allows us to explore, to measure, to imagine, and to understand. Though the universe is not made for us, we have made tools to see it, to hear it, to touch its edges with thought. In this sense, we are at the center not of space, but of perception, of inquiry, of meaning. Tonight, as we journey outward, let us carry this perspective with us. Let us embrace both our insignificance and our unique capacity to wonder. From Earth to the farthest reaches of observable space, from familiar stars to galaxies barely visible as pinpricks of light, we will trace the cosmic tapestry, thread by thread, and consider our place within it. We will encounter scales so immense it humbles, phenomena so strange it astounds, and mysteries so profound they inspire awe. In doing so, we begin, not just to understand the universe, but to understand ourselves, our minds, our curiosity, and our small, remarkable role as observers, explorers, and participants in this grand cosmic story. As we continue our journey, we move beyond the familiar stars of our night sky into the vast, interwoven structure of the universe itself. Galaxies are not scattered randomly. They form an intricate cosmic web, filaments stretching across hundreds of millions of light-years, threading clusters of galaxies like beads on a string. Between these threads lie enormous voids, regions where matter is astonishingly scarce, vast expanses of near-nothingness that challenge our understanding of what it means for a universe to be full or empty. Each galaxy, a collection of billions of stars, orbits through this cosmic lattice, carried along by invisible forces we only partially comprehend. Gravity binds them, yet they drift, pulled by the unseen mass of dark matter, an invisible scaffolding that shapes the very universe itself. We cannot see dark matter directly, we cannot touch it, nor detect it with ordinary light. And yet, its presence is undeniable. It curves the paths of galaxies, governs their motion, and shapes the growth of cosmic structures over billions of years. And then there is dark energy, an even more mysterious force, driving the accelerated expansion of space itself. Space is stretching, carrying galaxies apart, reshaping the cosmos in ways that are invisible to our eyes, yet measurable in the faintest whispers of distant light. The universe is not static. It is dynamic, restless, alive with movement on scales that dwarfed comprehension. Within these vast expanses, stars are born, live, and die. Nebulae glow with the energy of newly formed suns, clouds of gas and dust collapsing under their own gravity, igniting nuclear fusion that lights up entire regions of space. Some stars end quietly, fading into white dwarfs. Others explode violently, supernova scattering elements across light years, seeding future generations of stars, planets, and ultimately life itself. Even the atoms in your body were forged in such celestial furnaces. A reminder that we are, quite literally, children of the stars. Galaxies themselves are diverse. Spiral galaxies, like our Milky Way, whirl gracefully, arms outstretched, rotating in cosmic rhythm. Elliptical galaxies, vast and rounded, harbor millions or billions of stars densely packed, their light a constant glow. Irregular galaxies defy structure, shaped by collisions and cosmic turbulence. And these galaxies are not isolated. They interact, merge, and transform over billions of years, creating structures both violent and beautiful. A ballet choreographed by gravity across unimaginable distances. As we peer deeper into the cosmos, we look back in time. Light from the most distant galaxies takes billions of years to reach us. To see these galaxies is to witness them as they were, not as they are. Some may have already vanished, collapsed, merged, or evolved, yet their light persists. A message from the past, traveling through the vast cosmic ocean to reach our fragile blue planet. The universe, in this sense, is a record. Every photon carries a story. Every spectrum tells a history of formation, decay, collision, and creation. Telescopes, sensitive instruments, and satellites allow us to decode these stories, to map the invisible, to translate light into understanding. Yet, no matter how detailed our maps, no matter how sophisticated our simulations, there remains a scale beyond comprehension. The universe is layered with dimensions, both observed and inferred. It is filled with phenomena that challenge intuition. Black holes where time slows, neutron stars with unimaginable density, regions where magnetic fields twist space itself, and still, we persist in asking questions. How did the first stars form? What governs the behavior of galaxies in clusters? What is the ultimate fate of the universe? Will it continue expanding forever, rip apart, or collapse in on itself? Each answer leads to new questions, each discovery to new mysteries. A cascade of curiosity that mirrors the infinite complexity of the cosmos. As observers, we occupy a small vantage point, yet it is enough. Through mathematics, we can trace the invisible threads of gravity. Through physics, we can measure the behavior of light, energy, and matter across unimaginable distances. Through imagination, we can picture the grand cosmic web, the dance of galaxies, the silent motion of stars, and the boundless ocean of space that stretches beyond sight. In this immense tapestry, our significance is paradoxical. We are small, yet capable of immense understanding. Insignificant, yet our curiosity allows us to glimpse the order and chaos of creation itself. The universe is not built for us, yet it can be read, interpreted, and appreciated. And perhaps it is in this reading, in this act of comprehension, that we become participants in the cosmos, observers who transform raw phenomena into meaning, who turn light into knowledge, emptiness into wonder. From this perspective, we begin to understand that scale is not merely a measure of distance or size. Scale is also the magnitude of interconnection, the depth of complexity. The interplay of forces that shape the universe over billions of years. Every galaxy, every cluster, every filament is part of a vast, intricate system, moving, changing, evolving. The cosmic web is alive with structure and motion, yet all governed by the same simple principles we observe in our laboratories: gravity, motion, energy, and the laws of physics that do not discriminate, that remain constant, that tie together the smallest particle with the largest supercluster. And in this understanding, there is humility and awe. Humility, because we are but a single species on a small planet in a quiet corner of one galaxy. Because our minds, despite their evolutionary limitations, can reach across time and space, can perceive structures billions of light years away, can translate the silent dance of stars into stories, simulations, and science. Our journey through the cosmic web reminds us that the universe is both familiar and alien, immense and intricate, violent and beautiful. It is a story written in light, gravity, and time, a narrative we are privileged to witness, if only for a fleeting moment in the vast history of creation. And so we continue, following the filaments of galaxies, tracing the patterns of dark matter, contemplating the nature of space itself, and marveling at the audacity of our own curiosity. Curiosity that allows us to know, to imagine, and to wonder. As we move deeper into the universe, we confront the nature of time itself, a river flowing through space, carrying light and matter along its currents. Time is both a measure and a mystery, a framework in which all cosmic events unfold. Every star that ignites, every galaxy that spins, every black hole that devours light, exists within this framework. And yet, Time is not uniform. It stretches and bends in the presence of mass and energy, distorted by the gravitational pull of planets, stars, and entire galaxies. When we look at a distant galaxy, we are looking back in time. Its light has traveled millions or even billions of years to reach us. We are witnessing events that happened long before the Earth existed, before our sun began to shine, before life as we know it had a chance to emerge. The photons that finally touch our eyes are messengers from the deep past, carrying secrets of formation, evolution, and collapse. Each beam is a thread, connecting us to epochs we can never physically visit. Light itself is a cosmic storyteller. It moves relentlessly, never stopping, carrying with it information about the universe's composition, motion, and history. Through spectroscopy, we can decode these messages, reading the fingerprints of elements, the velocities of stars, the temperatures of distant galaxies. Light allows us to map the unseen, to detect the invisible. From the faint glow of hydrogen clouds to the powerful bursts of gamma rays, it reveals the hidden architecture of the cosmos. Yet light is finite. Nothing travels faster than it. The universe is vast beyond comprehension, and so there are regions whose light has not yet reached us. There are places we can never see, horizons beyond which our perception cannot extend. And this limitation, this boundary of visibility, is not a constraint but a reminder of the scale and complexity of the universe. It invites wonder, not frustration, prompting us to imagine what lies beyond. We also discover the echoes of the universe's birth. In the faint hum of the cosmic microwave background, this ancient radiation, the afterglow of the Big Bang, permeates all of space. It is a whisper from the infancy of the cosmos, stretching across time and space, a relic that tells us where we came from. Every measurement of this background brings us closer to understanding the origin of structure, the formation of galaxies, the emergence of the first stars. In contemplating these vast scales, we encounter time is intimately linked to space, yet it behaves differently at different speeds. Near massive objects, or across billions of light, events that seem simultaneous from one vantage point may be separated by eons from another. The universe is a tapestry woven in 4 dimensions, 3 of space and 1 of time, each strand influencing the other, creating patterns both comprehensible and confounding. Stars, in their lifetimes, are markers of cosmic time. Their birth in dense clouds of gas, their evolution through fusion, their deaths as supernova or quiet fading dwarfs, mark epochs that outlast civilizations. They scatter elements that will seed new stars and planets, ensuring that the matter of the cosmos is recycled endlessly. A perpetual cycle spanning billions of years. In this sense, we are intimately connected to the universe. The atoms in our bodies were once part of stars, part of the material that has traveled across space and time to arrive here. Black holes, those enigmatic remnants of massive stars, warp both space and time. Their gravity is so intense that light itself cannot escape. Around them, time slows relative to distant observers, creating environments where physics bends to extremes we cannot experience directly. And yet, through indirect observation, we learn their secrets. We witness the dance of matter as it spirals inward, glowing in high-energy light before disappearing forever. Even in their silence, black holes tell a story of gravity collapse and the limits of comprehension. The expansion of the universe adds another layer to our understanding of time. Space itself stretches, carrying galaxies apart, reshaping distances that once seemed fixed. The farther away a galaxy is, the faster it appears to recede. This expansion is measurable, undeniable, yet it challenges intuition. It reminds us that time and space are not static containers but dynamic, ever-changing frameworks in which all cosmic events unfold. As we trace these motions, we also explore the cycles of matter and energy, the rise and fall of stars, the collisions of galaxies, and the vast flows of intergalactic gas. Each interaction leaves an imprint, a subtle signature in the light we observe. The universe is not a collection of isolated objects. It is a dynamic, interconnected system, a living network of matter and energy dancing through the ages. And yet, for all its immensity, the universe is accessible to human understanding. Through mathematics, through observation, through thought, we bridge the gap between our smallness and its vastness. We translate the language of photons, gravity, and atomic interactions into concepts we can grasp. Each discovery, each simulation, each observation extends the reach of our minds, allowing us to perceive the extraordinary with finite senses. In this pursuit, there is a humility that comes with perspective. The universe existed for billions of years before life appeared on Earth. It will continue long after our species has vanished. Yet within that fleeting moment, we have the capacity to perceive, to question, to understand. The act of observation itself becomes a cosmic achievement. Our awareness, however brief, participates in the unfolding story of the cosmos. Through telescopes, satellites, and instruments, we map the architecture of the universe, tracing the filaments of galaxies, the voids that punctuate space, and the echoes of creation. We simulate the evolution of clusters, the formation of supernova, the motion of stars. We measure cosmic background radiation, gravitational waves, and the motion of galaxies. Each measurement, each calculation, is a thread weaving into the story of the universe. In contemplating time, light, and the echoes of the cosmos, we realize that comprehension is not always quantitative. It is an emotional and intellectual engagement, a recognition of scale, pattern, and process. We may never hold the entire universe in our minds, but we can sense its structure, perceive its history, and marvel at its complexity. And in that marvel, we discover something uniquely human, the ability to wonder, to look at a distant star and know that its light began its journey long before our species existed, to imagine what lies beyond the observable horizon, to consider the forces shaping the cosmos and our fleeting presence within it. This wonder is comprehension in its most profound form. It is both humble and expansive, quiet and overwhelming, intimate and cosmic all at once. Time, light, and cosmic echoes remind us that we are part of a continuum, that every atom of our being has a story stretching across billions of years, that our thoughts, our observations, our questions are threads woven into the fabric of the universe. In witnessing the cosmos, we participate in it. In understanding its patterns, we honor its mystery. In wondering, we become conscious of our place, fleeting yet meaningful, in the grand narrative of all that has been and all that will be. As we move further from our small corner of the universe, we encounter structures on scales that challenge comprehension. Galaxies, those luminous islands of stars, are the fundamental building blocks of the cosmos. They cluster together in groups and clusters, linked by gravity and cosmic history, forming vast networks that span millions of light. Each galaxy is unique, yet patterns emerge across the immense tapestry of space. Our own Milky Way is a spiral, a flattened disk of stars, gas, and dust, with arms that curve gracefully outward. At its heart lies a supermassive black hole, a silent sentinel around which countless stars orbit. The Milky Way is but one of billions, each with its own arrangement, history, and mysteries. Some galaxies are elliptical, smooth, and featureless, ancient structures that have exhausted much of their gas. Others are irregular, chaotic, shaped by collisions and interactions that span eons. Collisions between galaxies are not rare. They are a natural part of cosmic evolution. When galaxies meet, stars rarely collide. Directly, space is vast and mostly empty, but gravitational forces pull, stretch, and twist the galaxy's shapes. Gas clouds compress, triggering bursts of star formation. New structures emerge, spiral arms wind tighter, and sometimes entire galaxies merge into a single, larger entity. These cosmic dances unfold over millions of years, a slow choreography invisible to a single human lifetime, yet breathtaking in its scale and consequence. Beyond individual galaxies, we find clusters and gravitationally bound assemblies of galaxies that form some of the largest structures in the universe. They trace a filamentary web, interconnected by strands of dark matter, which, though invisible, exerts a gravitational influence that shapes the cosmos. Between these filaments lie voids, vast expanses of emptiness, almost entirely devoid of galaxies, reminding us that the universe is not uniform but structured in a way that hints at underlying physical principles. The cosmic web is the skeleton of the universe, the invisible architecture upon which matter is draped. It reveals a story written in gravity, dark matter, and the residual effects of the Big Bang. Simulations of the universe, guided by physics and observed data, recreate this web with astonishing accuracy. They show how small fluctuations in density billions of years ago grew into the filaments, clusters, and voids we see today. Every galaxy is a product of these early variations. Every star, a descendant of the first clouds of gas that collapsed under gravity's inexorable pull. Within these galaxies, stars are born and die, creating the chemical elements that allow planets, life, and consciousness to exist. Nebulae, vast clouds of gas and dust, glow as young stars ignite within them. Supernovae scatter heavy elements across space, enriching the interstellar medium for future generations. The life cycles of stars are the processes by which the universe becomes more complex, more capable of giving rise to planets, life, and observers capable of asking, "Why are we here?" And then there are black holes, lurking in the hearts of galaxies, warping space and time, influencing the motion of stars and gas. Some black holes are solitary remnants of massive stars, but the giants, at galactic centers, anchor entire stellar populations, shaping the evolution of their host galaxies. Their gravity is a reminder that while light illuminates the cosmos, darkness also plays a central role in the story. As we trace the cosmic web outward, the scales become almost incomprehensible. Galaxy clusters form superclusters, which in turn trace patterns spanning hundreds of millions of light-years. These patterns are not random. They emerge from the physics of the early universe, from quantum fluctuations amplified by cosmic inflation. The universe is vast, structured, and interconnected, a network that stretches far beyond the regions we can observe directly. Yet even at these colossal scales, there is an elegance, a rhythm, a sense of order that transcends the chaos of individual events. Patterns repeat across different scales, from the spiral arms of a galaxy to the filaments of the cosmic web. The same physical laws govern everything, from the smallest particle to the largest cluster, creating coherence in a universe that is otherwise immense and fragmented. Observing this structure requires patience, ingenuity, and perspective. We rely on telescopes that capture light across the electromagnetic spectrum, from radio waves to gamma rays. Each wavelength tells a different story. The cold clouds of hydrogen, the glowing cores of active galaxies, the afterglow of supernova, the faint radiation left over from the Big Bang. Together, these observations allow us to reconstruct the history and architecture of the universe, to see the invisible and understand the immense. And as we understand the universe, we also understand our place within it. We are part of this web, a small planet in a spiral galaxy, orbiting a common star. Our position is ordinary in cosmic terms, yet our ability to perceive and comprehend is extraordinary. We trace the filaments, map the clusters, simulate galaxy formation, and marvel at the immense structure that surrounds us. In this vastness, we begin to feel both humbled and inspired. We are small, but capable of understanding. We are brief, yet able to witness eternity. The cosmic web, in all its complexity, reminds us that the universe is not just a backdrop for our existence. It is a dynamic, evolving entity, and we are its observers, interpreters, and participants. To look upon the universe at this scale is to encounter a new kind of beauty. It is not the beauty of symmetry or proportion alone, but the beauty of connection, of process, of a history written across billions of years. Every star, every galaxy, every filament is part of an ongoing story, and by observing, we become part of it too. As we step back from individual galaxies and clusters, we see the universe as a network, an intricate pattern woven from light, matter, and gravity. It is a reminder that even in apparent emptiness, there is structure. Even in darkness, there is form. We exist within it, not at its center, yet intimately connected through space, time, and the shared laws of nature. And so, In tracing the cosmic web, we trace the threads of our own curiosity. We see the universe not as a static tableau, but as a living system, dynamic, evolving, and interconnected. Every discovery deepens our wonder, every observation extends our understanding, and every question propels us further into the unknown. In the vastness of the cosmic web, we find both perspective and purpose. We are small, yet capable, fleeting, yet aware, ordinary, yet extraordinary in our ability to perceive. As we step back from the vast structures of the cosmos, from galaxies and clusters and the threads of the cosmic web, we are reminded of our own smallness. Yet within that smallness lies an extraordinary ability, the power to observe, to question, to wonder. There was a time when humanity believed the universe revolved around us. Geocentrism, the idea that the Earth was the center of all things, shaped how people understood their place in the cosmos. The stars, the sun, the moon, and the wandering planets were thought to move in patterns dictated by our presence. It seemed natural, comfortable, and reassuring. Humanity was the crown of creation, standing at the center of a carefully ordered universe. But observation and inquiry challenged this notion. Nicolaus Copernicus suggested, boldly, that perhaps the sun was at the center. Galileo turned his telescope to the skies and discovered moons orbiting Jupiter, revealing that not everything revolved around Earth. Johannes Kepler and Isaac Newton added layers of understanding through mathematics and physics. Gradually, humanity came to accept a humbling truth: we are not at the center. This principle, often called the Copernican principle, reminds us that our location is ordinary. There is no throne at the center of creation, no spotlight illuminating us as unique. We orbit a star in a quiet corner of a typical galaxy, one among billions. At first, this realization can feel harsh, even disappointing, but it carries a liberating beauty. The laws of physics are universal. The same forces that govern distant galaxies shape our own world. We exist in a universe that is knowable, comprehensible, and consistent. Even though we are not central in space, we are central in perception. We see the universe, interpret it, measure it, and in doing so, we give it meaning. Our brains evolved to survive in simple terrestrial landscapes. Now contemplate quantum fields, relativity, and cosmic expansion. We count photons from galaxies billions of light-years away, debate the curvature of space, and simulate entire universes on computers. Curiosity becomes the extraordinary trait that defines us. Not location or size, our understanding of the universe is intertwined with human history. Ancient peoples traced constellations, created myths, and observed celestial events, seeking guidance and meaning. They weren't claiming dominion over the stars. They were seeking connection, understanding, and perspective. Today, we continue that tradition with far more powerful tools, yet the questions remain the same. What is our place? How vast is it all? What does it mean to exist in such immensity? The universe is vast beyond comprehension. It may be infinite, or it may be finite but unbounded, a space we cannot fully grasp. Galaxies form filaments and superclusters, stretching across unimaginable distances, while dark voids emphasize the scale of emptiness. Yet even in this immensity, we observe patterns, laws, and consistencies that hint at deeper truths. Gravity, light, matter, and energy interweave to create structures that endure over billions of years, and in understanding them, we glimpse the order behind apparent chaos. And as we contemplate these structures, we contemplate ourselves. Life arises on tiny planets, under the gentle warmth of ordinary stars, within galaxies that are themselves ordinary. Yet life, consciousness, and curiosity transform the ordinary into something extraordinary. Our ability to perceive, to wonder, and to seek knowledge becomes a remarkable consequence of cosmic evolution. In a universe indifferent to our existence, we have emerged as observers, capable of tracing patterns, mapping stars, and asking profound questions. The scale of the universe challenges our understanding and reshapes our perspective. Light takes billions of years to reach us. Galaxies appear as they were eons ago, a glimpse into deep history. Our moment is brief, a flicker in cosmic time, yet we are conscious, able to appreciate the immensity around us. This perspective is not a diminishment but a form of empowerment. We can understand principles that govern everything, from the smallest particle to the largest cluster. Our curiosity allows us to engage with the universe on levels unimaginable to our ancestors, even as we acknowledge our smallness. We experience profound connection. Staring into the night sky, we feel awe, a mix of humility and inspiration. We sense continuity across space and time, recognizing ourselves as part of a vast, unfolding story. The universe is not made for us, yet it allows us to exist, to observe, to wonder. Through observation, we participate in the narrative of creation. However briefly, and there is a quiet paradox in all of this. The more we recognize our insignificance in the grand cosmic scale, the more extraordinary it is that we can comprehend any of it at all. Our minds, evolved for survival, stretch to the edges of imagination. We measure, simulate, theorize, and reflect. Understanding is not just numerical or mathematical. It is emotional, existential, and deeply human. Wonder becomes a form of comprehension, or a method of learning. In contemplating cosmic immensity, we also encounter time. Stars are born, live, and die. Galaxies evolve, merge, and fade. Light from distant sources travels across eons before reaching us. Time is not a simple backdrop, but an active dimension, flowing in multiple directions, carrying history, energy, and change. Our brief existence is but a moment in this vast continuum. Yet through curiosity, observation, and reflection, we connect with epochs and distances far beyond our own. Ultimately, the journey through the universe is a journey inward as well as outward. We discover not only galaxies and clusters, but also the limits and capacities of human perception. We learn to embrace uncertainty, to find meaning without centrality, and to experience awe as a bridge between our smallness and the vast unknown. Being human in this vast cosmos is to witness, to reflect, and to marvel. So, as we move from stars to galaxies, from clusters to the cosmic web, from scale to scale, we carry a sense of perspective. We are small, yet capable, fleeting, yet aware, ordinary, yet extraordinary in our curiosity and imagination. We do not need to occupy the center to be part of the story. In observing, questioning, and wondering, we have claimed a different kind of centrality. The centrality of perception, of consciousness, and of curiosity. And in this recognition, there is a kind of peace. A sense that our brief lives, our fleeting awareness, are part of something immense, beautiful, and still unfolding. That the universe, in all its vastness, is not a puzzle to be solved, but a story to experience, a mystery to inhabit, and a tapestry to witness. And in being witnesses, we become participants. Our curiosity, our questions, and our reflections echo across space and time, weaving us into the cosmic narrative. The universe is vast. It is immense, complex, and beyond full comprehension. Yet within it, we exist, observing, understanding, and marveling. Our presence may be small, but our awareness and wonder are profound. In that, we find both humility and a form of cosmic significance. We are not at the center, yet we are deeply connected. We are fleeting, yet eternal in our consciousness. We are ordinary, yet extraordinary in the act of wonder. As we continue our journey through the cosmos, we approach a boundary of perception, a horizon beyond which lies the unknown. The observable universe stretches for 13.8 billion years of light travel. Yet beyond that horizon, the universe may continue without limit, unseen and unmeasured. It is a reminder that no matter how far our instruments reach, there will always be mysteries that escape our gaze. This edge is not a wall or a barrier. It is a limit imposed by time and light. The furthest galaxies we observe emit photons that began their journey billions of years ago. We see them not as they are now, but as they were, frozen in ancient light. Each observation is a peek into the past, a time machine carried on beams of light. And yet, beyond this, there may be countless galaxies, stars, and planets, continuing to unfold in ways we cannot yet imagine. The universe does not demand comprehension. It simply exists, governed by the laws we can begin to understand. Gravity curves, space, light bends, and matter clumps into structures of staggering complexity. Yet even in this complexity, there is an elegance, a poetry written in equations and observed in patterns. The cosmic web, vast filaments of galaxies, stretches across unimaginable distances, connecting clusters in an intricate lattice. Voids, enormous and silent, punctuate this web, reminding us that emptiness is as fundamental as matter. Even as we gaze outward, we are drawn inward to reflection and understanding. The enormity of space makes our own lives feel brief, transient, and fragile. And yet, this fragility amplifies our awareness. Every observation becomes a testament to curiosity. Every measurement, a bridge between the smallness of humanity and the vastness of the cosmos. Through the lens of science, we glimpse order in chaos, patterns in randomness, meaning in a universe indifferent to our presence. The edge of observation also challenges imagination. Beyond what we can see, there may be phenomena so strange that our minds struggle to conceive them. Dark matter, which shapes galaxies yet eludes direct detection. Dark energy, driving the acceleration of cosmic expansion. Black holes, regions where space and time fold in on themselves. Each discovery expands not only our knowledge, but the horizon of mystery. The universe grows stranger the more we learn. A paradox that both humbles and inspires. As we contemplate the infinite, we must consider scale. Distances are no longer measured in kilometers or miles, but in light years, parsecs, and billions of years. A single galaxy contains hundreds of billions of stars. Clusters contain thousands of galaxies. Superclusters form the largest known structures, stretching across hundreds of millions of light years. And yet, for all this magnitude, the universe continues its expansion, carrying galaxies ever farther apart, a cosmic stretching of space itself. And in this grand expansion, our perspective becomes both insignificant and remarkable. We are small in space, brief in time, yet endowed with the ability to comprehend, to observe, to imagine. Our senses and instruments extend far beyond our biological limits. Telescopes capture faint light from billions of years ago. Satellites measure radiation from the cosmic microwave background, remnants of the universe's infancy. Probes journey to the outer reaches of the solar system, carrying human curiosity into the void. This pursuit of knowledge is not merely scientific, it is deeply human. We are creatures of story, metaphor, and reflection. The universe becomes meaningful not because it revolves around us, but because we observe it, reflect on it, and integrate it into the narrative of our consciousness. Each discovery, each insight, is a dialogue between the cosmos and our minds. A conversation that spans space and time. The edge of observation is also a mirror. As we look into the cosmos, we see the scale and fleeting nature of life on Earth. Planets form, evolve, and die. Stars ignite and fade. Galaxies collide and disperse. Time stretches beyond comprehension, yet we exist for a brief flicker within it. And in that briefness, there is beauty, for consciousness allows us to notice, to reflect, to wonder. Even in this vastness, connections emerge. The universe is a network of relationships, from subatomic particles to super. Matter interacts with energy, gravity curves, space, and light carries information across the void. Life itself arises from these interactions, a delicate balance of forces that makes observation possible. Our existence is contingent, yet remarkable. We are threads woven into a vast, intricate tapestry of cause and effect, order and chance. And as we consider the universe beyond the observable, we confront questions without immediate answers. Are there other forms of life? Other minds pondering their place? Other civilizations charting the heavens, asking questions like our own? The cosmos may be silent, or it may be teeming with life. We do not know. We only know our own capacity for wonder. Our ability to seek, to explore, to imagine. The boundary of perception also invites humility. The universe does not conform to our expectations. It is not designed to fit our metaphors, our measurements, or our understanding. It stretches, twists, and evolves in ways that challenge comprehension. And yet, in accepting this, we find a kind of freedom. We do not need to possess or control the universe to appreciate it. We only need to open ourselves to observation, reflection, and awe as we drift across this cosmic horizon. We begin to see a deeper truth. The universe is vast, yes, but it is also intimately connected to us. The atoms that form our bodies were forged in ancient stars. The same elements that constitute planets and oceans, mountains and skies, flow through us. We are the cosmos made conscious, a temporary arrangement of matter able to contemplate itself, and so, as we ponder the limits of observation, we also ponder our own presence. We are fleeting, small, and yet capable of reaching beyond our immediate scale. Our understanding is partial, incomplete, and imperfect, yet it is meaningful. Curiosity becomes a bridge, linking the infinitesimal and the infinite. The known and the unknown, the human and the cosmic dot at this edge. At this horizon, there is no conclusion, only continuation. Questions give way to more questions. Observations invite more inquiry. The universe stretches beyond sight, beyond imagination, yet through consciousness, reflection, and wonder, we engage with it. And that engagement is, in itself, profound. The cosmos may be infinite, or it may be bounded in ways we cannot yet conceive. Its mysteries are uncountable. Its scale is beyond measure. And yet, we participate, we measure, we map, we imagine, and in doing so, we become part of the vast story of space and time. The universe continues. Indifferent to our presence, yet within it. Our awareness finds meaning in the silence of the void. In the dance of galaxies, in the faint glow of distant stars, we encounter both humility and awe. We are not the center. We are not the masters. We are witnesses, observers, dreamers, curious beings on a tiny planet, looking outward, thinking, feeling, imagining, and in doing so, touching the vastness in ways our ancestors could only dream of. The universe stretches beyond comprehension. Yet we persist in seeking, in imagining, in understanding, and perhaps, that is the most human thing of all. The ability to reach beyond ourselves. To let our curiosity extend into the void, to marvel at immensity, and to find meaning in the act of wonder itself. As we continue to explore the cosmos, we encounter a universe that is stranger than the imagination can fully grasp. What we see, the stars, the planets, the galaxies, is only a fraction of what exists. Beyond the reach of our eyes and telescopes lies a hidden majority, a shadow world of matter and energy that neither emits nor absorbs light, yet shapes everything we observe. This is the realm of dark matter, invisible, elusive, yet undeniably present. Its gravity binds galaxies together, guiding the motion of stars and clusters. Without it, galaxies would fly apart. We cannot see it, and we cannot touch it. Yet its effects are written across the heavens, detectable only through careful observation and meticulous calculation. It is a silent sculptor of the universe, shaping structures on scales unimaginable. And yet it remains one of the greatest mysteries of modern science. And then there is dark energy, an even more profound enigma. While dark matter pulls, dark energy pushes. It drives the expansion of space itself, accelerating the growth of the universe at a rate that confounds expectation. The galaxies drift ever farther apart, carried on the invisible tide of this unknown force. Dark energy is not only mysterious, it is unsettling. It is the vast hidden hand altering the cosmos on scales beyond human comprehension, rewriting the fate of everything we know. In facing these unknowns, we confront the limits of understanding. Our equations and theories, as elegant as they are, can only describe phenomena we observe. Dark matter and dark energy challenge us to imagine what lies beyond, to consider realities that cannot be seen, yet exert immense influence. They remind us that for all our knowledge, the universe is still largely a mystery. And yet, within this mystery, there is beauty. The cosmos is an intricate interplay of forces, visible and invisible, matter and energy, light and shadow. It is a dance of creation and destruction, of birth and decay, of order and chaos. Galaxies form and collide, Stars ignite and explode. Black holes warp the very fabric of space. Every phenomenon, every particle, every photon carries a story billions of years in the making. Black holes themselves are among the most enigmatic of these cosmic actors, regions where gravity becomes so intense that even light cannot escape, where space and time fold in upon themselves. They challenge the very foundations of understanding, forcing us to question what we know about physics, about reality. And yet, they are not merely destructive. They are creative as well, shaping galaxies, recycling matter, influencing the structure of the universe in ways subtle and profound. And as we consider these extremes, we are reminded of our own smallness. We exist on a tiny planet, orbiting a modest star, in a galaxy that is itself one of billions. We live for a fleeting moment in cosmic time. Yet, despite this fragility, we can perceive, reflect, and understand. Our curiosity allows us to reach beyond the immediate, to uncover the hidden, to glimpse the extraordinary through observation and imagination. Even in the face of such overwhelming scale, we find meaning in connection. The same laws govern distant galaxies and the atoms within our bodies. The universe is not separate from us. It is our foundation, our history, and our context. We are composed of stardust, the remnants of ancient stars. Yet we also carry the potential to understand those stars, their life cycles, their influence on the cosmos. As we probe deeper into these cosmic mysteries, we confront questions that may never have answers. Is the universe infinite? Are there other universes, parallel realities beyond our perception? Is life unique to Earth, or is it a common outcome of cosmic chemistry? These are not mere hypotheticals, they are extensions of human curiosity. Invitations to expand the mind and the imagination. Our attempts to answer these questions are both scientific and profoundly human. We build instruments capable of sensing the faintest whispers of the cosmos. Telescopes detect light from the earliest stars. Satellites measure background radiation from the Big Bang. Particle accelerators probe the smallest building blocks of matter. Every experiment, every observation, is a step toward understanding. A step into the unknown. And yet, in every answer we uncover, more questions emerge. Each discovery expands the horizon of ignorance, revealing new layers of complexity and mystery. The universe resists simplification. Its truths are subtle, interwoven, and often counterintuitive. And in this resistance, we find wonder. We learn to embrace not just what is known, but also what is unknowable. The cosmos is not static. It evolves, transforms, and surprises. Supernova explode, scattering elements forged in stellar cores across interstellar space. Neutron stars collide, rippling the fabric of spacetime with gravitational waves. Galaxies merge, creating structures of breathtaking scale and complexity. The universe is alive with motion and change, and in observing it, we become witnesses to processes that span billions of years. This realization invites reflection on our place in time and space. Human history is brief, yet it is marked by an extraordinary capacity for comprehension. We look back in light, forward in imagination, and sideways through mathematics and theory. Our existence may be fleeting, but our awareness allows us to touch the eternal. We are momentary participants in a story that stretches across time and space. Yet, our attention can illuminate the vast darkness with understanding and curiosity. Even as we confront the unknown, there is a quiet reassurance. The universe operates according to principles we can begin to discern. There is structure amidst apparent chaos. There is predictability, if not certainty. And within this structure, we find the opportunity for exploration, reflection, and awe. We may never know everything, but we can always observe, wonder, and participate in the ongoing narrative of the cosmos. And so, we continue our journey, propelled not just by technology, but by imagination. We explore the invisible, contemplate the distant, and marvel at the profound. Dark matter, dark energy, black holes, the infinite expanse. These are not threats or obstacles. They are invitations. They beckon us to expand our minds, to embrace humility, and to recognize the extraordinary privilege of awareness. In facing cosmic mysteries, we are reminded of the beauty of uncertainty. Knowledge is not a destination, but a path. The more we learn, the more we understand how much remains to be discovered. This endless frontier is both daunting and exhilarating. It teaches patience, curiosity, and reverence. It teaches that even in incomprehensibility, there is meaning. And in the quiet moments of reflection, we recognize a profound truth. We are part of the universe, not separate from it. The atoms that compose our bodies were forged in ancient stars. The light that reaches our eyes carries information from galaxies millions or billions of years distant. Our capacity to observe, imagine, and reflect is itself a cosmic phenomenon, an emergent property of the universe made conscious. These mysteries, these unknowns, are not obstacles to understanding, they are the very essence of wonder. They remind us that the universe is vast, complex, and endlessly beautiful. They remind us that our journey is ongoing, our exploration limitless, and they invite us to embrace curiosity, to cultivate awe, and to marvel at the extraordinary privilege of being conscious participants in a universe that continues to surprise, to challenge, and to inspire. As we drift further into the universe, we begin to confront not just space, but time itself. Time is the silent architect of the cosmos, shaping the formation of stars, the evolution of galaxies, and the destinies of worlds. It flows in ways both familiar and strange, measured by clocks and calendars, yet stretching far beyond human perception. From our small vantage point on Earth, a day seems long, a year even longer. But on cosmic scales, these units dissolve into insignificance. Stars live for millions or billions of years. Galaxies evolve over tens of billions. The Earth, ancient as it is, occupies a fleeting instant in a vast chronology. And yet, it is within this brief moment that we perceive the universe, reflect upon it, and attempt to grasp its enormity. Time is not just a measurement, it is a lens through which we understand reality. Light traveling from distant galaxies takes millions or billions of years to reach us, meaning we see them not as they are, but as they were. Every glance into the night sky is a journey backward, a glimpse of history unfolding across unimaginable distances. The stars we admire may no longer exist, yet their light continues to arrive, connecting past and present in an endless thread. Human history is but a whisper against this backdrop. Civilizations rise and fall, empires crumble, yet the cosmos endures. And within this persistence, there is perspective. The problems that consume us, our fears, anxieties, ambitions shrink when measured against the scale of time and space. The universe reminds us that life is fleeting, fragile, but also precious. That each moment carries weight precisely because it is temporary. Yet within this temporal vastness, humans have carved meaning. We have recorded history, passed down stories, marked the passage of seasons, and measured the heavens with astounding precision. Time, once a constant and unyielding companion, becomes a canvas for understanding, a framework for inquiry, and a bridge between generations. As we contemplate cosmic time, we confront paradoxes that challenge our intuition. The universe is old, yet not infinite in every sense. Stars burn, galaxies collide, and space itself expands. The moments of observation are minuscule, yet each holds the potential for discovery. Our consciousness, brief and fragile, is capable of perceiving and reflecting upon processes that span incomprehensible durations. And in these reflections, we encounter wonder. The very laws of physics, constant and universal, operate over billions of years with precision beyond imagination. The same forces that shape a distant galaxy govern the particles in our bodies. The same mathematics that describes black holes explains the paths of planets. Through these connections, we begin to sense a unity in the cosmos, a coherence that bridges scale, time, and experience. Our perception of scale is equally humbling. We are aware of the solar system, yet it is merely a tiny neighborhood in a galaxy of hundreds of billions of stars. That galaxy, in turn, is but one among billions in the observable universe. The mind strains to comprehend these numbers. to envision distances measured in light years, to grasp the enormity of space stretching beyond sight. And yet, even if understanding is partial, awareness itself is profound. We are creatures of curiosity, and that curiosity is our compass. We measure, observe, calculate, and model. Yet we also imagine. Science is not only a tool for knowledge, but a vessel for wonder. We ponder not just how things happen, but why they exist, how they connect, and what our place is within the vastness. In this reflection, we discover humility, inspiration, and a deep sense of belonging. Time also teaches us patience. To witness a supernova, to observe the gradual rotation of a galaxy, to trace the light from the first stars, these processes require observation, waiting, and meticulous care. The universe operates on scales that challenge our human impatience, reminding us that understanding is a journey, not a destination. And yet, within this patience lies opportunity. Every observation, no matter how small, adds to the tapestry of knowledge. Every question opens new avenues of discovery, and every moment of reflection allows us to feel connected to something far greater than ourselves. We are brief, yet aware, small, yet capable of perceiving enormity, fragile, yet resilient in imagination and curiosity. The human perspective is unique. In another way, it allows us to reflect on meaning. The universe may be indifferent, vast, and often unfathomable, yet we can infuse it with significance. Through exploration, understanding, and creativity, we create stories that connect stars to ourselves, galaxies to consciousness, and cosmic time to fleeting human experience. Even as we contemplate our own mortality, we sense continuity. The atoms in our bodies were forged in the cores of ancient stars. The light we see may have traveled billions of years to reach us. Our curiosity is itself a product of evolution, a mechanism shaped over eons to sense, interpret, and marvel. We are both ephemeral and eternal temporary observers, yet connected to an ongoing cosmic narrative. In embracing this duality, we find freedom. To exist in a vast, timeless universe is not a source of despair, but of awe. Our awareness allows us to witness phenomena unimaginable, to contemplate mysteries unfathomable, and to find meaning in connection rather than centrality. Time and space are not prisons. They are canvases, stretching infinitely, inviting reflection, understanding, and wonder. And so, we continue to look outward and inward. Outward to the cosmos, tracing the arcs of stars and galaxies, listening to the echoes of the Big Bang. Inward to consciousness, where curiosity and imagination allow us to interpret, feel, and wonder. Both journeys are intertwined, for the mind itself is a product of the universe it seeks to understand. Perhaps, after all, this is the greatest insight of all. The universe is not just a backdrop for life, but a mirror of our own awareness. In exploring it, we explore ourselves. In measuring it, we measure our curiosity. And in feeling its scale, we experience awe, humility, and profound beauty. Time stretches on. The stars continue their silent journeys. Galaxies spin in patterns older than any human record. And yet, here we are, capable of noticing, capable of reflecting, capable of wonder. That capability is rare. That capability is extraordinary. That capability is ours. And as we stand beneath the night sky, we realize that understanding is not always about answers. Sometimes it is about presence, about feeling the immensity of the universe brush against consciousness, about letting the mind wander across cosmic scales, through time and space, without the need to grasp it fully. In that presence, we discover a profound kind of comprehension, one that transcends numbers, formulas, and logic. The universe is vast. Time is immense. We are small, and yet, in this smallness, we are capable of perceiving, imagining, and connecting. And perhaps that is enough. Perhaps that is the measure of human understanding. Not in knowing everything, but in feeling everything. Not in holding the universe in our hands, but in letting it move through us, shape us, and inspire us. And so we continue, guided by curiosity, humbled by scale, and uplifted by wonder. The universe stretches on, and we stretch with it. One question leads to another, one discovery opens a door to the next. And in this journey, we find that time, scale, and the human perspective are not barriers, but gateways. Gateways to awe, insight, and the quiet joy of knowing that even in the smallest of moments, we touch the infinite. As we peer further into the universe, we are inevitably drawn to questions of the future. Not just the fate of stars, galaxies, and cosmic structures, but the future of life itself, and the role humanity might play in the unfolding story of existence. The universe is not static. It evolves, expands, and transforms. From the earliest moments of the Big Bang to the present, change has been constant. And the next eons will continue this relentless march. Stars, those fiery engines of creation, have lifespans measured in millions or billions of years. Some will burn brightly and die young, scattering their elements across space. Others will endure for epochs, slowly fusing hydrogen into helium, carbon, and beyond. The elements born in stellar furnaces become the building blocks of planets, the seeds of life, and the threads of consciousness. From this perspective, we are connected not only to our planet, but to every star that has ever lived and died. Galaxies collide and merge, weaving patterns across billions of light-years. Spiral arms twist, ellipticals swell, and clusters grow, forming vast cosmic webs. In time, the Milky Way itself will encounter Andromeda, to titanic galaxies merging in a slow gravitational dance. The night sky, as we know it, will change. Unfamiliar constellations forming, old ones fading. This distant future reminds us that even the structures we take for granted are transient, part of a larger flow that stretches beyond human comprehension. And then there is the expansion of space itself, a phenomenon that defines the ultimate horizon of our perception. The universe is stretching, carrying galaxies apart. And in some distant future, the light from these galaxies may no longer reach us. Regions of the cosmos will recede beyond the limits of observation, disappearing from view forever. This is a humbling thought. The universe, in its inexorable evolution, does not wait for us. It unfolds according to its own laws, indifferent to our presence. Yet, within this vastness lies opportunity. Humanity is a species of curiosity and ingenuity. We have looked beyond our world, sent instruments to distant planets, listened to signals from across the galaxy, and imagined futures where we might reach the stars ourselves. We are at the beginning of an era where knowledge and technology might allow us to navigate and even shape our place in the cosmos. The same laws that govern galaxies also govern us, offering a bridge between the human and the cosmic. The future of life is intertwined with the destiny of the universe. On Earth, life has adapted, thrived, and transformed over billions of years. Surviving ice ages, asteroid impacts, and climate shifts, humanity now has the potential to influence its own path, to explore other worlds, to extend life beyond the confines of this planet. Yet this potential carries responsibility. We are stewards of not just our own species, but perhaps one day, of life beyond Earth. Our choices may echo across time, affecting generations yet to come. The concept of cosmic futures also challenges our imagination. Will life endure as stars burn out, as galaxies drift apart, as expansion stretches the cosmos? Could intelligence, in some form, persist long after the sun dies, finding ways to harness energy from distant stars, or even from the vacuum of space itself? The universe allows for possibilities beyond what we can fully conceive, reminding us that imagination and inquiry are tools as vital as telescopes or spacecraft in contemplating the future. We also confront mortality, not just of life, but of worlds, galaxies, and perhaps even the universe itself. The laws of thermodynamics hint at a distant end, heat death, where energy is evenly distributed and no work can be done, a quiet and cold cosmos. Yet even in such an outcome, there is meaning in the present. The journey, the observation, the creation of understanding, these are acts that resonate across time, leaving imprints in memory, knowledge, and culture. Humanity's place in this grand narrative is paradoxical. We are infinitesimal in scale, yet capable of perception, reflection, and creation. We may never inhabit other galaxies, and yet our consciousness allows us to understand them, to trace their light across billions of years. Our ability to ask questions, to seek, to imagine, is itself a remarkable phenomenon, kind of cosmic significance that exists, independent of physical centrality. The future also invites humility. The universe is vast, laws are relentless, and scales are incomprehensible. Yet, within this vastness, there is beauty and purpose, not imposed by the cosmos, but discovered by the observer. The same curiosity that led us to map the stars may one day allow us to traverse them, to extend life beyond its terrestrial cradle, to experience the cosmos in ways our ancestors could only dream of. And so, the future is a dialogue, a conversation between human potential and cosmic reality. Our tools, our science, and our imagination allow us to participate in this dialogue, to extend our influence across space and time. We may not command the universe, but we can understand it, engage with it, and, in some sense, become co-authors of our destiny within it. As the universe evolves, so too do we. Every generation inherits knowledge and curiosity, building upon what came before. We are linked, not only to our immediate history, but to the long chain of life and thought that stretches back to the first moments of the cosmos. And perhaps, if we endure, we may leave traces that reach far beyond our own fleeting existence. The vastness of time and space offers both challenge and inspiration. It teaches patience, perspective, and wonder. It reminds us that even the smallest actions can ripple across epochs. It shows that knowledge, once gained, can be preserved, shared, and transformed into new understanding. And it whispers that the journey itself, the quest to comprehend, to explore, to imagine, is as important as any destination. In the end, the future of the universe and humanity's place within it may remain uncertain. Stars will shine and fade, galaxies will drift, and the cosmos will continue its majestic dance. Yet we are here, conscious, curious, and capable of reflection. We can witness, learn, and create meaning. And perhaps that is the truest measure of significance, not our size, but our capacity to perceive, to wonder, and to act in the vast expanse of existence. And so we continue, carrying knowledge and imagination forward. We chart the stars, we explore the planets, and we contemplate the cosmic web stretching beyond sight. The universe will endure, indifferent and magnificent. Yet within it, our curiosity, our insight, and our imagination carve a small but extraordinary placer human footprint across the endless story of space and time. As we reach the edge of our current understanding, we are invited to pause and reflect, not merely on what we know, but on what it means to know. The universe stretches beyond measure, each galaxy a luminous testament to time and energy. Yet our gaze turns inward as much as outward. We are observers, but also participants, tiny sentience, capable of tracing the grand narrative of existence with thought, imagination, and wonder, from the first flicker of light in the early cosmos to the brilliant spirals and clusters we see today. The story of the universe is a tale of transformation. Energy condenses into matter, matter forms stars, stars forge elements, and elements give rise to life. And now, life contemplates itself, questions the cosmos, and seeks to understand its own place. This is a remarkable phenomenon. A species evolved to navigate earthly challenges now peers across billions of light-years, measures the pulse of the cosmos, and wonders not only what is, but what could be. Time itself becomes a canvas. We measure in years, millennia, and eons. Yet these are but threads in a tapestry woven from the birth of the universe to its distant future. We see echoes of creation in the cosmic microwave background, light traveling billions of years to reach our eyes. In that light, we see both the infancy of the universe and the origins of ourselves. We grasp that every moment, no matter how fleeting, is part of a continuum stretching across unimaginable distances and spans. Yet, understanding is more than measurement. It is awe, curiosity, and reflection. It is the recognition that, although we are infinitesimal in scale, our consciousness allows us to engage with infinity. We cannot hold the universe in our hands, yet we can hold it in our minds, feel it in our hearts, and explore it through our instruments and imagination. This is our gift: the ability to know, to perceive, and to care. Even when confronted with the overwhelming vastness of space and time, the future of humanity is intertwined with the universe itself. As we advance, we may travel to other worlds, harness energy from distant stars, and extend life beyond the cradle of Earth. The challenges are immense: distances that defy comprehension, timescales that dwarf human life, forces that surpass our strength. Yet every step we take in understanding and exploration is a testament to resilience, ingenuity, and hope. We do not merely adapt, we expand the domain of consciousness itself. In this cosmic journey, perspective is everything. The universe is indifferent, yet it allows us to exist. The stars shine without knowing our names, galaxies spin without guidance, yet in their presence, we are moved, inspired, and humbled. Our significance is not granted by cosmic centrality but by awareness, curiosity, and the capacity to reflect on what we see. We are stardust aware of itself, a fleeting spark capable of tracing patterns, creating knowledge, and imagining futures far beyond the ordinary. There is also a quiet poetry in limits. We will never see every star, touch every planet, or know every secret. And yet, these limits are not barriers, they are invitations. They teach patience, wonder, and humility. They remind us that life and consciousness are treasures precisely because they are fragile, fleeting, and deeply connected to the cosmos. Every act of exploration, every insight, every question asked is an echo of this connection, reverberating across space and time as we contemplate ending's heat death, the fading of stars, the slow march of entropy. We confront our mortality and the impermanence of all things. Yet, even within this vast quiet, there is beauty. Life, awareness, and curiosity persist, leaving traces that illuminate the darkness. The cosmos is immense, and within it, the act of understanding, of observing, and of reflecting is profound. To exist, to think, and to wonder within the infinite is itself a form of cosmic participation. And so we arrive at a paradox. The more we recognize our smallness, the more extraordinary our presence becomes. To gaze into the universe is to gaze into ourselves, to see the remarkable capabilities of thought and perception. We are a brief arrangement of atoms capable of contemplating stars, galaxies, and the very nature of existence. This capacity, our ability to reflect, imagine, and ask questions is perhaps the greatest evidence of our significance. Not in scale, but in consciousness. In the end, the universe does not revolve around us. Yet it opens its vastness to our observation, invites us to explore, and allows our curiosity to trace its infinite contours. The cosmos is not a puzzle to be solved, but a story to experience, a tapestry in which we participate, however briefly. Our significance lies not in dominion, but in understanding, not in control, but in the wonder we carry, in the questions we ask, and in the knowledge we share. So let us continue, not in haste or hubris, but with curiosity, patience, and awe. Let us observe, measure, imagine, and dream. Let the light from distant stars remind us that, though small, we are conscious, alive, and capable of perceiving the vastness around us. Let the mysteries of space inspire stories, art, science, and reflection. In doing so, we honor the universe, ourselves, and the fleeting but luminous moment of awareness we inhabit. The universe may be infinite. Time may stretch beyond comprehension, and space may extend without bound. Yet within this infinity, we exist, and that existence allows us to know, to wonder, and to become a thread in the grand story. A story that began billions of years ago, unfolds in the present, and will continue long after our brief lives have ended. Our role is not central, yet it is meaningful. Our presence may be brief, yet it leaves an impression. Our understanding may be partial, yet it shapes the way we engage with the cosmos. So as you look up at the night sky, remember, the stars are not just distant suns. They are mirrors reflecting the vastness of existence and the capacity of our minds. You are a part of this story, an observer and participant in the ongoing narrative of creation. And in that, perhaps, is the truest measure of wonder, significance, and cosmic meaning. Asterisk from the tiniest particles dancing in the quantum realm to the sprawling clusters of galaxies drifting in the void. We have traveled together through time, space, and imagination. We began on Earth, looking up at the night sky, and slowly, carefully, we traced a path outward through planets, stars, nebulae, and finally, to the edge of what we can see, and beyond, into what we can only dream. The universe is immense, often overwhelming, and it does not revolve around us. Yet, somehow, in the brief flicker of human consciousness, we touch it, perceive it, and marvel at it. That is our place, not at the center, but at the point of observation, at the intersection of curiosity and wonder, where comprehension meets mystery. Throughout this journey, we have confronted paradoxes, we have realized how small we are, and yet how extraordinary our ability to understand, to question, and to imagine truly is. We have glimpsed the birth of stars, the echoes of the Big Bang, the invisible threads connecting galaxies, and the faint whispers of a universe still unfolding. And we have done so not with certainty, but with wonder. The cosmos does not give answers easily. It is patient, indifferent, and infinitely vast. But it invites us to explore, to ponder, and to feel. To see the universe is to see ourselves not as rulers of creation, but as conscious participants in its grand, ongoing story. We are the universe, noticing itself. We are stardust, alive, aware, asking questions that may never be fully answered, yet finding meaning in the pursuit itself. As we close this journey, let this be the takeaway. Significance is not given by scale or centrality, but by awareness. Meaning is found not in owning the cosmos, but in being present to it, in letting its vastness expand your imagination, humble your perspective, and deepen your awe. So the next time you look up at the stars, remember, you are part of this cosmic tapestry. Every glance, every question, every heartbeat is a thread connecting you to the galaxies, to the stars, to the history and future of everything. The universe continues its silent dance, and you are witnessing it, participating in it, and marveling at it. That is extraordinary. That is enough. Thank you for joining this journey with the Wonder Lab. Keep looking up, keep wondering, and never stop asking, what else is out there? The universe is vast, but your curiosity is limitless.